Conversations with the Citizen. I'm your host, T. Carol Jones. I am here today with Juan Calixto of Chicago Community Loan Fund. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm Juan Calixto, Vice President of External Relations for Chicago Community Loan Fund. I've been working there for 10 years. Chicago Community Loan Fund is a place where you come and get some financing, right? So we do offer loans for people who are interested in creating housing, commercial retail, social enterprises, and also for community facilities.
When was Chicago Community Loan Fund founded?
We were founded in 1991, so 32 years ago. We were created with a mission to really say yes to people who were constantly told no because of redlining, government policies that constantly said, if you lived in these zip codes, you're a bad risk for a loan. But black and brown people were constantly being discriminated against. And so our original founders created us and said, you know what, we're going to say yes. We're going to provide loans. If somebody wants to buy that home, somebody wants to start that business, we're going to say yes to them.
Okay. Chicago Community Loan Fund's tagline is helping create communities where people thrive. So how does Chicago Community Loan Fund help individuals and organizations? You talked a little bit about who you give loans to.
Sure. So financing and technical assistance are the two ways that we assist. And so when you think about a neighborhood, you're on the south and west sides of Chicago, you'll see vacant lots, you see boarded up buildings, you see debris in those lots and broken glass. And so we see, a place, a lot that can be transformed. It could be a home, it could be a business. So we are a real estate lender. And so anybody with a vision of helping their community get better can say, I want to take that lot and I want to turn it around. I want to, create a 2-flat housing there. We'll say great to that. I want to do, a garden, community garden there. We'll say great to that. I want to create, spaces where people can start their businesses. So, we provide loans in low-income areas where there has been a lot of disinvestment year after year after year after year. And so we come in and say, you know what, it may take a while, it may take 10 years, but, eventually this block, this neighborhood, this community area will thrive.
Why has Chicago Community Loan Fund made so many investments in lower income communities?
That's our mission, right? So, people who have been, the door's been closed, you get that image of somebody trying to go to a bank and saying, hey, I got this dream, I want to do this, I want to do that. And, they're like, no, what's your zip code? Or they see you, the color, as soon as you walk in, you're automatic no. And so we are created to invest in, to turn around discrimination, racial inequities, the lack of inclusion. So when you think about all those opportunities that people have had to create wealth in the black and brown communities, our loans help do that.
Who are some of the organizations that Chicago Community Loan Fund has helped within the last couple of years?
Wow, there's so many. So in the last couple of years, there's been a lot of news about Regal Mile Studios, which is right here in the South Shore. So they're being tagged as the Hollywood of the Midwest. So they're creating a movie studio, several movie studios, so that those movies that are made in Chicago can be made on the South Side, and they're going to create hundreds of jobs. So that's a real exciting borrower of ours. Stony Island Arts Bank on Cottage Grove, Stony Island. So Theaster Gates, who's well-renowned artist, had a hard time trying to find financing for that project. That building was 6 feet of water in the basement, and it's been abandoned for 30 years. And so he's like, I want to take this facility and turn it into a thriving community center. Everybody was shutting the door on him, but we were like, yes, that's what we were founded for. So now, that's, a popping place, and lots of people go there. So that's another one. The Jewel in Woodlawn, they hadn't had a full service grocery store in 40 years. And so, one of the products that we're particularly known for in the field of financing is for pre-development. So if somebody's got a big vision like the Jewel, they can't just run to a bank and say, I need $50,000, $50 million to create this. They need the plan and they need the buy-in. And so we come in with the pre-development financing, $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, and they can hire architects, do an environmental study, create the plans. And so that's the stuff that they can take to a bank and say, hey, now we're ready to get the $50 million that we need.
What other funding opportunities for individuals and organizations does Chicago Community Loan Fund have coming down the pipeline in the near future?
So clearly, anybody that's interested in not just making money only, but really want to invest in their communities, they can call us with their vision, what they want to do, whether it's in building housing, whether it's commercial retail, or if they're operating a nonprofit or want to create a nonprofit in the neighborhood. That's something that we're here to do. And when you talk about what's coming down the pipeline, there's something that we're working with the city of Chicago called the Chicago Neighborhood Rebuild Program. And so we're doing 50 affordable properties, 1 to 4 units. And what's really great about this particular partnership with the city is that we're training, right now we have about 60 to 75 Black developers who are want to get into the investment business so they can start creating wealth. And we're having them meet on a monthly basis. We're providing technical assistance. We're saying, hey, you want to buy that first, rental property for your family? We can show you how. And we're targeting, these particular neighborhoods that don't have a lot of investments. So that's what's really special about that.
Where can people go to find out more about Chicago Community Loan Fund?
To our website. So that would be CCLFchicago.org. So CCLFchicago.org.
Okay. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like our audience to know?
Chicago Community Loan Fund is here to serve the community. We provide very low interest loans. In this market where interest rates are going higher and higher, we're able to keep it low. And so because of our particular mission and our investors definitely want to invest in these low-income neighborhoods and make them thrive again.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Remember to make plans to join us again next week for conversations with